This strategy is a +9 strategy. So what do we do when we're adding 9 to a number? Well, we want to use our maker 10s. That's when we worked several strategies ago now on what numbers make a 10, because here we want to use our 1 that adds to a 9 to make a 10, and then we can easily do whatever is left over plus our 10. So we have, let's say for example, we're doing 9 plus 5. We want the children to think about taking 1 from that 5 to make a 10 with a 9, and we'll have 4 left over, and 10 and 4 make the 14. So that's what we're going for in this one, is thinking about adding anything with a 9, take 1 away from the other number to make a 10. Okay. Now this strategy is whenever we're adding a number to a 9. So I'm going to move my 9 right away. Let's say I'm going to add 4 to 9. Well, if I do it one by one, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can see that I had 1 more that makes my 10, and I had 3 left over. But because of my previous strategy knowledge of when I add 10 what happens, I'm all set. 10 plus 3 makes that 13. So for example, if I had again 9 plus, I want to add 5. Well, I'd have 1 more to make the 10. From that 5, there's 4 more to go. I now have made it into a 10 plus a 4, which is easier for my brain. So that's what we're going for, is strategies that make it easier and more efficient for us. So here's where we can really act out and use our 10 frames to help us as well. So I have my 9 already there. Let's say I want to do 9 plus 4. Well, we could have the kids start by just having the 2 add-ins on separate 10 frames like this. So then we see our 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're counting on from that 9. But for those who are ready, let's talk about moving one of these to fill that 10. 9 plus 1 more makes 10. Out of that 4, I took 1 away to make the 10, so there's 3 left over. And I know 10 and 3 make a 13. I don't need to count that out. I'm not even counting on there. 10 and 3, because of my previous strategy of plus 10, I know can be the 13. So again, if I were to do, let's say, 9 plus a 6. Take 1 away from the 6 to make a 10 with that 9. I've got 5 left over. I've got 10 and 5, which is the 15. The Cuisenaire rods are awesome to be able to visualize this as well. So let's say that I was going to be doing 9 plus 6. So I line it up linearly for my long length, 9 plus a 6. I want to think about making a 10. And as you can see, it takes 1 away from that 6 to make a 10. I'm left with 5 more. And I pretty easily know, and the children actually more easily know this too, 10 and 5 make a 15. They know that as a strategy. So let's say that we're going to be doing 9 plus 8. So we have our 9 plus our 8. We'll do our linear measurement here. I want to think of my 10, making a 10 to help me. 1 away from that 8. I got to take 1 away from my 8 to make a 10 with the 9. And I have 7 left over. And so I have 10 plus 7, making my 17. If you remember the 8 plus 9 we did before, we thought of it as doubles plus 1. So 8 and 8 is 16, 1 more is 17. Or doubles minus 1, 2 9s is 18, take 1 away is 17. But now we have an additional strategy, if this is easier for the student, to think about making our 10. So again, it's all about which way is best for each child, and everyone's brain is different. So there's not going to be one right way or one wrong way. There's just different strategies, different tools in our toolbox to efficiently get to a correct answer.